Over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to December's Satuccino. Thank you for joining us online. Appreciate this has been a bit of a last-minute change for everyone. So thank you for being so flexible to our speakers and everybody that's now joining virtually only. It's not the way we wanted to do December's one, but there we go, needs must. And I think it's probably the safest way to go about it at the moment. So thank you very much. We are, of course, missing out on the mince pies and the awful Christmas jumpers that I hope most of you are wearing, including myself. I don't know if everybody can see that or not. Santa on a rocket. So yeah, appreciate everybody coming online and joining us for this event. We've got lots of speakers for you this month. So hopefully you'll all be able to enjoy them. So without further ado, we'll get started. So first of all, we have Anne from Sprint. Over to you, Anne.
Hi. I too have a Christmas jumper. I don't even know what it is. It was put on in a hurry. So hello everybody, my name's Anne and as it says, I'm the National Sprint Innovation Manager, and I'm just here to talk about a couple of things. Sam, if you wouldn't mind moving the slide on. I think I have one more. Okay, so last time I attended a Satuccino, I wasn't allowed to announce who our new associate members were for Sprint, and now I can. So this list of universities along the top here is now the new 8 associate members that are now part of the Sprint programme alongside the 5 existing core partners. So we have Kingston University, who are really pushing the boundaries in terms of propulsion. University of Bristol do a huge range of activities. Recently, I've been talking about Earth observation, for example, and space weather actually as well. Strathclyde, very well known, Scottish University, of course. They do an awful lot. I guess for me, they're more renowned for the hardware side, so the small sats maybe. Glasgow, another good player up in Scotland. I've been talking with Stefan recently, probably about space weather as well, actually. Exeter, you'll all know Exeter. They host a Centre of Excellence, of course. They're also talking a lot about KernoSat-1, the satellite for next year. But of course, they have a huge amount of interest in Earth observation. Then we've got Durham, who also are involved in a Centre of Excellence up in the northeast. Leeds, and City as well, who have a Space Innovation Centre that's just opened up in London. So we're really pleased that these universities can now access our funding programme and that they bring greater breadth and expertise to the Sprint programme as it stands. So the other thing I wanted to mention was the funding that we have. Now, we're lucky enough to have received some additional funding from the UK Space Agency just recently. And what that means is we're allowed to broaden our access to funding to any university in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales. These are nations that have missed out from Sprint funding in the past because we're funded by Research England in the main, and that meant we could only fund English universities. So we're really pleased to let people know that there is now funding to work with universities in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales as a business to develop some space technology. You can see here that just like with our normal innovation vouchers, we can allocate up to 50k to each university. How it works is the business kind of uses that 50k to get the university working on something that the business needs to help that business grow. The business doesn't have to be in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales, it just has to be UK registered. The deadline is really tight, but I am known to actually sit down with companies and universities and write the application with them. So don't let that put you off just yet. I would say another week and I might be struggling. But yeah, if you're interested to work with any university in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales, especially if you already are, but need a bit of funding to progress that project idea, then do get in touch with me. My email's at the top. The UK Space Agency funding will continue next year beyond the innovation vouchers. And these are just some of the things that we're going to be doing next year. Some of these are just for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales, but a lot of them are for the whole of the UK. So we're wanting to get businesses and universities together to get to know each other and see what innovation can come out of that. We're holding a couple of residential challenge-led events where we want to pose a challenge either from a prime or from something linked to the space strategy, and really get some heads thinking about how we tackle some of those strategic objectives. And there will be a little bit more money left. This is much smaller pots of money, but we're very grateful to the UK Space Agency for providing this additional funding. The network continues. I'm here to support any business as best as I can, even if we don't have funding. So we're hosting funding seminars and also academic seminars. If anyone's interested in listening in on those, do let me know. And that's it from Sprint for this year. See you all in 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anne. Thank you for joining. Fantastic. So on to our second speaker. We have James from the Catapult. Over to you, James.
Hi, Sam. Hopefully you can see me. If you could move on to my second slide, please. Thank you. Hi. My name's James Barswell. I'm the BD lead for the Access to Space team here at the Catapult. I just wanted to take the time today to tell you about a few of the focus areas for our team and encourage you to come and speak to us. So first up, in-orbit servicing and manufacturing is a huge area of interest for us. The exciting news here is the development of our IOSM facility over at Westcott that is due to open up next year. More details will follow. But if you are interested in this, please do get in touch with me in advance. Another area for us is space-based power. This is another big, bold initiative. We're split equally between space-based solar for generation of power to be beamed back to the Earth for use, and space-based nuclear for generating power out in space. Lunar is another huge area of interest for the team. So think in situ resource utilization and everything that surrounds that. Now, if we were actually in the Catapult building right now, I'd be pointing towards the back and looking over towards reception and highlighting the fact that the Catapult is the home to the in-orbit servicing and control centre. This is a fantastic facility, and we would love to explore opportunities for running future missions out of here. So if this is an interest to you, please get in touch. One last thing. As you probably will or will not know, over the last few years, Access to Space have been running the in-orbit demonstration missions. This has been a competition for payload developers to compete for an opportunity to demonstrate a payload on a platform that's provided by the Catapult and then launched. So whilst we don't currently have a competition open at present, I would encourage anyone who is interested in this to get in touch now. Because we will be looking to open that up again at some point next year. So a very quick race through the areas of interest for us. Please do come and speak to us and get in touch. Thank you very much. Back to you, Sam.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, James. Thanks for joining. Very interesting. Anybody interested, obviously, reach out to myself or James directly with regards to that. So next we have Will from Easterbeck. Over to you, Will.
Thank you, Sam. So in May 2020, Mark and Thomas had an idea and they had an ambition to start a game-changing space technology company. But they had no money, they had no space, and they had no time to pursue that ambition. Today, 18 months later, they've got a team of 9. They've raised $2.5 million of funding, and they're sending a prototype product into orbit in the middle of next year. Now, while this amazing result is no doubt the product of their own grit and determination, it was helped along by the support that they received when they joined the European Space Agency's Business Incubation Centre in the UK, which provided their first injection of money, their first lab space to start hacking together their products and testing them, and provided business support to help them develop their business plan and start moving forward. Now, this kind of growth story is exactly why the ESA Business Incubation Centre exists. We help early stage companies with a space connection to bump start their growth journey. And we do this by providing this kind of support and funding that you can see on the page. So just over £40,000 of non-equity funding, access to some of the best space testing facilities in the country, one-on-one business coaching and support, access to amazing networks, good office space and facilities, and finally helping them to amplify their messages and sort of really promote their brand. Now, if you are an early stage space business, or you know anyone who is and you believe would benefit from these things, please do put them in touch with me. My name's Will Galt. I run the ESA BIC program in the UK, which stretches across Harwell, Edinburgh, Leicester, and also up at Daresbury. And I'd be very happy to speak with you or anybody that you know that would be interested in joining the program. Our next round of applications will be closing the first week of March. And I'd be happy to sit down with anybody and discuss what it takes to apply and get through the process with ESA between now and then. Thank you. Back over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you. And next we have our very own Joel from the same team as me, the regional growth team at the Catapult. So over to you, Joel.
Hi, Sam. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Joel Friedman. I'm part of the regional growth team, the team at the Catapult that has a remit to try and grow a vibrant space enterprise community all across the UK. And today, I'd like to talk to you about one of our really exciting initiatives that we've just launched or programs, and this is our Space Enterprise Labs. These are a network of physical spaces designed for hybrid collaboration. Following our sort of adaptations, the way we adapted for COVID, we recognize that it's not, it's unlikely we're going to be all in person or all virtual all the time. And actually, there's going to be a lot of the time where it's a mix of the two. We see this as a strength as much as a challenge. And as such, we have designed these spaces to be a resource for local space sector to take advantage of this kind of new connectivity opportunity. Each of the labs is equipped with audiovisual equipment, large sort of touch screens with virtual whiteboarding software on them, VR headsets, Zoom webinar licenses, essentially everything we hope you'll need in the first instance to have a productive meeting in person, but also bring in external expertise into the room, whether that's technical experts, whether that's groups in other locations, in other labs, different teams in different parts of the UK, different key stakeholders, end users. The kit has been designed to really help you to collaborate productively. They are for businesses, they're for academia, they're for the local space coordinators, and they can be used for hosting workshops, meetings, business support sessions, events, project work, or demonstrations. Each one is managed locally by the local space cluster coordinator. There's 11 live at the moment with 2 or 3, I think, in discussion. I'm in the Space Enterprise Lab in Harwell as we speak. If you would like to know more about them, there is more information on the Space Enterprise Lab tab of the Space Enterprise community, and that includes the locations, a bit more on the kit, and a form for if you would like to book one, find out more about it. It's one form, you list your location, and someone will get back to you to help you to join and set up. So yeah, thank you very much. If you have any other questions, happy to take them via email.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. Nice to see you currently using the lab as well. So very on point there. Over to Manny from Bryce Tech.
Thank you very much, Sam. It's always a pleasure to see so many familiar faces, and sad not to be in person, but good to see everyone here. So yeah, Manny Shah, Head of Analytics at Bryce Tech. For those of you who don't know, Bryce Tech is an analytics and consulting firm. We support a range of clients from government through to commercial organizations in everything from market analysis, technology road mapping, policy analysis, strategy, etc. And I just wanted a quick update around the Size and Health Survey. Next slide, please. We presented this at the last Satuccino, but this is just a quick reminder that the deadline is fast approaching for the survey completion. So the Size and Health Survey is a national survey of the UK space sector, a very important survey that is commissioned by UK Space Agency and has been undertaken for biannually since 2010. And going forward, we'll be moving to an annual survey. And the kind of the why of why is this being done is that it helps to ensure the work to deliver the new national space strategy is being shaped by the latest information. In addition, it's to develop metrics and insights that help develop programs and to target new opportunities and address challenges, as well as to sense check and assess how well the different programs are working and get feedback from the industry. In this latest edition, we are emphasizing on the most recent data, so the latest quarterly data that is available from industry, as well as academia. And another element is that we are introducing greater alignment with international OECD standards, such that we're able to enable more comparisons with other nations. And in order to take part, we estimate about 10 to 30 minutes of your time. We've made sure that all questions are optional, but we do highly encourage you to complete as many as possible. The more information we have, the more informed we are in kind of from the government side as how they address some of the challenges and opportunities. And of course, all information will be treated in the strictest of confidence, and only aggregate anonymized information will be published. So yeah, just to kind of reiterate, we're really important to get as wide a range of respondents as possible. And next slide, please. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, manny.shah@bricetech.com, as well as the UK Space Agency counterpart, Taiba Batul. So yeah, really appreciate all the time and effort taken to put responses through, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Manny. Hopefully we get a lot of interest in, get lots of people doing it in their December break, perhaps. So next we have Catherine from Innovate UK. Over to you, Catherine.
Thank you, Sam. Just so I'm joining you and Anne in the Christmas jumper leagues. I'm not quite as on point sector specific as you are. I've more gone as a bauble. So there we go. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. So I am the national contact point for the space part of Horizon Europe. In case anyone doesn't know, Horizon Europe is the EU's research and innovation programme. And there are specific calls for the space sector, and I am here to provide information and support to anybody who wants to access those. I have spoken on here before about the opportunities. There were some issues over the space calls when they first came out. The UK was excluded from some of the topics, but the calls are now out, and those issues have been resolved, and we have access to all but just a few areas. So that is really good news. So this means that the UK can access topics on things like satellite communications, which includes quantum and ground facilities, Earth observation systems. We've got downstream applications, on-orbit operations, Copernicus services, evolution, all sorts. So if anybody has any questions about how do we apply, how does the UK take part, please do let me know. I'm about to put a link and my email address into the chat. So any questions, please let me know. There have been some delays with how we are going to associate to Horizon Europe, and this week the government announced a guarantee fund. So anybody who is in need of signing their grant agreement now, that will actually be coming into place fairly soon. So hopefully that will give anybody who needs some assurance that the UK government is backing Horizon Europe. We very much want to associate, and I hope that encourages anybody to take part. So as I said, any questions, please get in touch, and Merry Christmas, everyone. That's my first of the year.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Merry Christmas back. Next, we have Marilena from the Satellite Applications Catapult. Over to you.
Hi, Sam. I'm not able to start my video at the moment. Okay. Hopefully you can see me now.
There we go. It's working. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Hello, everyone. My name is Marilena, and I work for the Ubiquitous Connectivity team here in Catapult. Today, I will be talking about the 5G Rural Dorset project. Sam, if you could please, yes, thank you. So this is a 9 million groundbreaking award-winning project. It has already picked up 3 awards from Connected Britain this year. The aim of this project is to transform rural and coastal regions. The project is part funded by the DCMS. The consortium is led by Dorset Council and includes local, national, and international partners. As you can see them listed here, there are many other supporting partners contributing to this project. Altogether, we're delivering a great work. Not everyone is listed here. You can visit the project site or social media for more information. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing this project? Next slide, please. This research and development project aims to understand how next generation connectivity, in this case 5G connectivity, can improve emergency services and benefit the people that live and work in rural and coastal areas, even in areas as sensitive as Dorset's beautiful but yet dangerous coastline. Next slide, please. Infrastructure has been deployed across 4 sites along the Jurassic Coast to deliver 5G coverage. 5G connectivity includes the world's first 700 megahertz standalone 5G network, as well as the first integration of satellite backhaul over 5G. This is very important for high availability in rural environments, for example, in case of an emergency. Other use cases include surf condition monitoring using 5G connecting buoys. Those provide sea condition updates, tide heights, wave heights, and frequency. Also, 5G digital connected signs are installed there. If you go to Dorset, you will see them in different sites like Lulworth Cove or Durdledore. And again, those are for accident prevention. They include information for tide times, water condition, weather. Also, footfall counters are there. Coastal cliff monitoring is in place through cliff movement sensors. I need to mention another big achievement, neutral host over 5G, again, for emergency services. Also, we trialed push-to-talk over 5G this year. So many exciting use cases, many more use cases, exciting stuff. Please feel free to contact me or my team, the Ubiquitous Connectivity team, for any technical information or for any information you might need on the project or in the use cases. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Thank you very much to all of our speakers giving the updates just then. Some very interesting updates and projects going on. Next, we'll move on to our business pitches. First of all, we have Andrew from Maxon Group. So over to you, Andrew.
Hi, thanks, Sam. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm the aerospace sales engineer for Maxon here in the UK. Can you pull my slide up, please, Sam? So Maxon is a privately owned global motor solutions provider. We're headquartered in Switzerland, and we've got good coverage around the globe. We've got quite a heritage in the space arena. Anything that has moved on Mars has Maxon products on. So right from the very first rover, Pathfinder, back in 1997, right through to Perseverance this year. So applications on the rovers include wheel drives, satellite array deployment mechanisms, handling systems, anything really. So we also had product on Ingenuity this year. So we got 6 brush DC motors on Ingenuity, controlling the swash of the propellers to help them steer the helicopter around Mars. So that was a nice groundbreaking project that we've been involved with. Moving on to satellites, we've got various applications on satellites. We do a lot of reaction wheels and SADMs. Some of the prestigious satellites that you might have heard of. We're on the Lucy mission, which took off a few weeks ago. We're on the SADM on that. We're on the Solar Voyager as well. So we're going to get quite close to the sun as well. So different challenges, different applications. One moving away from the sun and getting really cold. One getting very close to the sun and getting really hot. So we've also done projects where we've been looking at international docking mechanisms as space opens up into a more commercial environment. We're making sure, working on these projects for all the systems to have the same docking mechanisms so they can dock with the likes of the ISS. So yeah, we're there for all your space applications. Get in contact with me and happy to help out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you. Next on our business pitches, we have Lulu, ex-Catapult staff, now Ocean Mind. So over to you, Lulu.
Hi, everyone. At Ocean Mind, we use a variety of different data sources and machine learning techniques to protect the world's oceans and the livelihoods of the people who depend on it. The graphic that's on the screen at the moment might be familiar to you, as it's usually on display around the catapult, and it was recently used in the background of Sir David Attenborough's keynote speech during COP26. In addition to powering enforcement and compliance with ocean regulations around the world, our work now also involves tracking shipping emissions as a founding member of the Climate Trace Coalition, an initiative started by Vice President Al Gore, aiming to improve transparency for greenhouse gas emissions. One of the biggest themes around ocean management to come out of COP26 has been around marine protected areas. And in the UK, we are starting work on a new project to improve the management of these areas that we hope will benefit coastal communities around the world. If you would like to work with us on improving ocean health for human and planetary well-being, then please get in touch.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Lulu. Next up on our business pitches, we have Maria from Geocenter. Over to you.
There's my video. Hello, everyone. Today I'm not wearing the Christmas jumper and I don't have the Christmas tree behind me, but I have the birthday cake in my hand and the bottle of champagne near me, because today at Geocenter we celebrate our 10-year birthday. Congratulations to us. For all these years, we provide technology-enabled access to imagery from satellites and airborne sensors. And we do know how painful it can be to get right imagery in the right place in the right time. If you're the organization who have ever tried to order imagery, then you definitely know how difficult it can be. We at Geocenter take this complexity away and provide easy access to imagery from any sensor you need. Our images platform includes sensors from 230 satellites you can imagine, and we also have imagery from airborne. So if you need imagery of any type or imagery support, please reach out to us, answer your questions, and we are at your disposal. Many thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Maria. And congratulations, happy birthday to Geocenter. Next, we have Steve from Bulwer. Over to you, Steve.
Brilliant, thank you. Happy birthday, Geocenter, yeah. Hi, I'm Steve, I'm the MD of Bulwer. On the 1st of March, we'll be starting our 20th year in business. Yeah, amazing, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Our capabilities really twofold: software engineering and cybersecurity services. We've got 30 team members, mainly technical people. We're currently hiring software engineers for our new customers. We've got teams in Malvern, Manchester, and in Harwell. In fact, three of us are here today in Harwell meeting local space companies. We've got expertise in big data, visualization, systems integration, and collaboration. And the slide you can see now shows some of our visualizations. Top left, you've got space junk. Top middle, you've got the International Space Station, and various other visualizations of open source and closed source data sets that we've worked with customers with. We collaborate with other SMEs and prime contractors. If you've got complementary capabilities or domain knowledge, get in touch. Just cast your mince pies onto our website for details. And that's me, Steve from Borwell. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you very much, Steve. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what was going on with the slides. That seems to have taken over itself. So it's obviously keen to get onto Phil, but no offense there, Steve. So over to you, Phil.
Thank you, Sam. And yeah, apologies, Steve, for crashing your video, but yeah, sorry, not a lot I could do about that one, I'm afraid. Hi, everybody. First 30 was launched earlier this year to help the next wave of startups and growing companies to really succeed in this critical sector. Some of you know me already from my time at Vega or TP Group. I've been working with the European and US space communities for the last 20 years through those companies. First 30 is about coaching and consulting. It's working with leaders of emerging companies, incubators, accelerators, and investors to make the most of the rich talent pool we have around us. Today's headline, though, is the launch of a leadership coaching program in the first quarter of next year. And subscribers will take part in a series of group sessions, all about growth, building an investable, sustainable, valuable business. To kick things off, I'm running an overview taster session in a couple of weeks' time. And this is my own proof of concept, so bear with me if it's a bit ropey, but there's going to be 2 hours over Zoom with a bit of pre-work to get you thinking in the right direction. It's free of charge. It'll be on Tuesday, the 14th of December. And if you'd like to take part or hear more about the program or the company in general, then please get in touch. Thanks a lot.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Phil. So next we have Adam from Cognitive Spark. So over to you, Adam.
Thank you, Sam. If we can have the next slide, please. Cognitive Spark, we were founded in Canada in 2016. We're now launching in the UK and Europe from our base in Harwell in 2022. We offer a mixed reality task support solution, which runs on the Microsoft HoloLens, which you can see being worn here. That allows the wearer to work completely hands-free, and instead you use voice and gestural commands. Our software allows the wearer to connect over a mixed reality call with an expert based anywhere, as long as they're on a laptop or a tablet. Once that mixed reality call is initiated, the expert can then augment that field of view, because you're provided with full see what I can see video and audio, and they can augment it by annotating the environment. They can capture photos. You can share any Windows file. So if you think about 2D assets in terms of presentations or plans or documents, all those could be shared there. And then you can also use 3D holograms, which are particularly useful in assembly-based tasks. When thinking specifically about the space industry, there's a use case that I can give you for a client of ours in the US who are using it in two specific ways. The first is within a clean room environment, whereby that wearer is based inside the clean room, and they're connecting locally with that expert to troubleshoot for assurance work and guidance in satellite assembly. The same firm has a center of excellence or expertise back in France. So typically you would have colleagues from France going over to the US to work on any particular projects. With travel restrictions imposed, of course, in the pandemic, it meant that the US team could reach back to that center in France, and they could connect securely and go through any troubleshooting, getting assurances and so forth, to keep the projects running and reducing any sort of downtime. Seeing really is believing with this sort of solution. So would be delighted to demo it to anybody, and equally to talk through specific use cases to understand whether this is the right sort of solution for you. Thank you.
Fantastic, very interesting. Thank you very much, Adam. So our last speaker for today is Daniela from Darwin. Over to you, Daniela.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for the invite. I'm Daniela Petrovic from Darwin Innovation Group. Darwin is a startup based in Harwell Science Campus. We are also based in Glasgow and in Malaga in Spain. We are a group of mainly engineers, although we do have a team of supporting staff. Our main aim is to provide solutions for ubiquitous communication, combining 5G and satellite communication channels. Our product is called Connectivity for Mobility and is aimed as an addition to manually driven vehicles. And our main use case is to implement the technology to connected autonomous vehicles. We are equipping connected autonomous vehicles with this service and thus enabling connected autonomous vehicles to become a common transportation service. As you may have seen, we launched a first CAV shuttle in Harwell campus as a service for passengers. If you haven't tried it already, please do join us for a ride. I'm looking forward to hear from you if there is interest in our technology, our solutions, and services. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Look forward to riding on there, although it does kind of scare me slightly, if I'm honest, but I'm sure it'll be more than safe. So thank you once again to everyone that's come on to Satuccino this month to speak. Really appreciate the last minute changes and everybody being so flexible and getting online to speak. So as always, we'll follow up tomorrow with an email, including the slides. There'll be some opportunities and events on there as well. If you have any questions or would like to come and speak at a future Satuccino, then please do reach out to myself or a member of the team as well. And I'm sure we can organise that as well. So there won't be a Satuccino in January, as I'm sure many of you will be recovering from festive activities. So the next one will be on the 2nd of February. So look forward to seeing you then, and hopefully we'll be back in person, but we'll keep everybody up to date on that. But of course we'll be streaming online either way. So we'll update LinkedIn on the Space Enterprise community as well. So hopefully we'll be on there to see that, and on the mail out as well. So as it's the 1st of December, I hope you have a lovely Christmas and a great New Year. I'm sure I'll see some of you about before that, but wishing everybody well. And that's it for this year. So thank you very much, and we will see you next year. Thank you. Take care.